We want to welcome everyone to the girls opening action senior 4A-1 regional tournament here in the beautiful confines of Prairie Grove, Arkansas. On the beautiful, we are on the beautiful campus of Prairie Grove. Tonight we have an unbelievable group playing, starting out, because a lot of times when you see a 4 and a 1 go after each other, there's usually no question to how it's going to turn out. But tonight you have a slugfest that you are tuned into. It is the Pottsville Lady Apaches versus the Huntsville Lady Eagles. The Pottsville Lady Apaches are the number 1 out of their conference. Huntsville Lady Eagles come in as number 4. Lady Apaches are on a 12-1 win streak at this moment. And I'm telling you, they do so many things well. And I'm on this broadcast. I'm Keith Cluthy on the broadcast with my main man, the coach, the legendary coach, up-and-comer right here, the greatest mind in Northwest Arkansas, Tyler Brown. Coach Tyler Brown, talk to us about the Huntsville Lady Eagles.
The Huntsville Lady Eagles, they're going to be the 4 seed coming out of our district. We got Krista Miller, number 10 on the floor. She's a senior. We got Macy Ramsey, a junior, number 23. Emmeline Henry, number 4, she's a senior. 22, Callie Bollinger, and number 20, Maggie Ritchie. I believe our girls are 12 and 14 coming into this game as far as record. Now, we played some good competition. We competed against every team in our conference fairly well. Our girls are very excited about this game. And like you kind of touched on, a 1-4 matchup, usually there's no brainer right there. But tonight, this is going to be a real good game from start to finish.
When you look at the Lady Apaches on the floor, you have number 1, Audra Martin, number 2, Marlo Hollis. And Marlo Hollis is a senior, and she has an insurmountable amount of grit. She's going to be extremely physical, can score. Matter of fact, when we talk about scoring across the board for the Lady Apaches, they score pretty much all in a tow. Usually you might see 1 or 2. I should have got it. Hey, should have been a jump ball right there.
Definitely.
But, you know, when you look at scoring, they are pretty even across the board. Also, number 10, Jalexa Hayes, number 20, Addie Cox, and number 33, Bo Melton. Boy, first shot is up from number 23, Macy Ramsey. No good, but gets her own rebound, throws it out to Maggie Ritchie for her second 3 of the ball game.
Now, you talk about some positives there for Pottsville. On Huntsville, you got Maggie Ritchie who just made that 3-point basket. She is a sharp shooter. She has been all season, her whole career. And then you got number 22, Callie Bollinger. She's the main ball handler. She kind of sets up every bit of the offense, and she can also shoot the ball pretty well. And then number 10, Krista Miller, a double-double waiting to happen. And if you don't watch her, she's going to explode on that scoreboard.
Well, I'll tell you guys, what you see right there is what you're going to get. We're going to stay with this one, and what you're going to see from the Pottsville Lady Apaches, and they do this, and they've done it pretty much all season, their coach, is they throw kind of what we would call a token pressure up front. They're going to run about 3. They're going to run a 1-2 kind of set at you, hoping that you can get a little bit of kind of confusion. Right there we saw man-to-man, and so Callie, she was able to dribble and almost got caught in coffin corner, but all of our girls were already all down, didn't get it done.
Right. And, if the Lady Eagles would just be patient when they get it in and let it clear out, Callie can take that girl one-on-one. And if they send a double, as long as that girl that got left is ready to appear, they'll be able to break that press pretty easy. But Pottsville gets after it. They fly around. They do make it tough. And they got some length. So it makes it really, really tough to read.
Absolutely. Ramsey brings it into the front court. Now, the keys to victory, Coach, for this 4th seed to play, because the winner goes on to the state tournament. For this 4th seed, the Lady Eagles to advance, what are some keys to victory?
You've got to shoot it well. You've got to shoot the ball well tonight. And then they have to rebound. Rebounding is key. Against Shiloh in the semifinals of district last week, they got killed on the boards, and that was really their defeat on that game. And then taking care of the ball. So the big 3 is shooting the ball well, rebounding the ball well, and taking care of it.
Now, for this 4th seed, how is this game going to go off the rails for them? If all of a sudden the worst case scenario happens, what are some things that we're going to know we're in trouble pretty quick?
If we start turning the ball over in spurts, and that's kind of been the bad part for our girls, is is they'll take care of it really, really well for a while, and then they'll have those bad spurts. The quicker they can settle down, because those runs are going to happen, especially at this time of the season. Good teams play good basketball at this time, so our girls got to play good. They got to take care of the ball consistently.
For the Pottsville Lady Apaches, for them to move on, is that they're going to have to they're going to have to get the pace up to their speed. They love running the floor. You're going to see a lot of outlets. You're going to see a lot of advancements. And they're okay to even turn the ball over as long as it's going the other direction quickly. Now, and I'll tell you something else that they do very well is what you just saw right there at home, folks. They love driving from the baseline. Probably we haven't seen that a whole lot even in our conference. When we say our conference, we're talking about this Northwest Arkansas conference with Prairie Grove, Shiloh. You're talking about the Huntsville Lady Eagles, Pea Ridge. You're talking about this group. No team drives from the baseline better than they do. Now, what's going to keep them from advancing is if our defense can pick up, get those rebounds, because one of the nemesis for the Pottsville Lady Apaches is they don't shoot the ball well from outside. And so if we can compact it and allow that shot to happen, well, then we got a pretty good shot there, Coach.
Absolutely. Right here on the inbounds, expect a little screen. Oh, just a wide open pass right there. Usually they're going to screen for each other and try to get a slip to the basket. It's the main inbounds that the Huntsville Lady Eagles run. They'll probably run it most of the night.
Richie's up again, no good. Going to stay Lady Eagle basketball. Ooh.
You know, we talked about Maggie Ritchie right there shooting three. She's a sharpshooter. You know, she shot it real deep out there. She might have missed, but if you notice, Coach McCone didn't have anything to say about it. Maggie doesn't look flustered, and that's confidence right there. Confidence.
Yeah, 2 of 3 already in this contest. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. It's been a fast one, guys. I'm telling you what, and I think this is we're going to see this. Right there, we're going to see Addie Cox, number 20. She has 2 points. 2 points also for Martin. One minute, 50 seconds.
Huntsville's got sophomore in the game. She checked in number 3, Sadie Foster. She's been a real important player for these girls all season. And she's playing at her best. She's one of the best players on the floor.
Also checked in for the Lady Apaches is number 21, Brooklyn Fields. I tell you, it's and you know, Coach, you've played here, you've been in these type of situations. It's what you need to find that groove with the officials, because each crew is going to be a little different, and some crews you never even see the whole season, and you get to postseason, and you know those crews have done so well, they've earned the opportunity to officiate postseason, and so you've got to learn how to kind of just navigate to them.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, a lot throughout the season they call it right out of the book, everything. They try to do it anyway, most of the games. But when you get to this point in the season, a lot of times they let you play through a lot of stuff unless it really hinders the end result of the play. If they think you might have fouled them early, they might let you play on if they think the offense still has an advantage. And that's something that kids have a hard time going through at this time of the year. They'll come to the bench asking, why is that not a foul? It has been all season. And that's kind of something both coaches have to prepare their teams for.
Boy, there's another big shot, number 15. Or pardon me, number 13, Jeslyn Martin. This is the one thing that the Lady Eagles have not had to deal with, is that we've struggled finding that second scorer. We're in this first quarter. We've had one score until now. Sadie Foster takes it to the strong. She's going to get fouled. She's going to be at the line to shoot one. Basket is good. Foul's going to be on number 21, Brooklyn Fields, for the Pottsville Lady Apaches, her first, team second.
The Huntsville loves to have that post entry right there. They always have those actions. They like to set the double ball screen there on the top every set. They have one roller, and they try to get it to the other post to create a high-low situation, majority of possessions. Also in the game for the Huntsville Lady Eagles is junior number 15, Allie Walker. last week playing Gravit on the play-in game to get to regionals. She hit the game-winning shot with about 40 seconds left, quarter 3, to be able to get them to go to regionals.
Brooklyn Fields for the Lady Apaches, no good. Huntsville gets it down, final 30 seconds. We're a 2-second shot differential between game clock and shot clock. Usually that's not an issue for the Lady Eagles. Foster for 2 more. Boy, great job getting secondary shots. Now we're down to 10 seconds.
There's another high-low set.
Lady Eagles out of bounds, 4 seconds. Plenty of time to actually get a shot and even a dribble out of it if you need to. Foster just off the mark. That's going to do it at the end of 1. Pottsville Lady Apaches 11. Huntsville Lady Eagles 8. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody, to 4A-1 regional tournament action here at Prairie Grove. Coach, thoughts on the first quarter?
Pretty good game by both teams. They kind of threw their punches there. That first quarter in a regional game is expected. It's going to be close. Both teams prepped really good for each other. And this is, traditionally in the 1-4 matchup, this quarter right here is where the 1 seed starts to take off a little bit and show that they're traditionally the better team in that situation. And this is also the chance for the 4 seed to show that they're here, they're ready to play. So this quarter is really, really important for both teams to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
Lady Apache basketball. On the floor for the Lady Apaches, number 10, Jalexa Hayes. Number 13, Jeslyn Martin. Number 33, Bo Medler. Number 2, Marlo Hollis. Seems like I'm missing one. Number 1, there we go, Audrey Martin.
Lady Eagles got lucky there on that one. But Kristen Miller on the defensive end, great hands. She put her hands up. They threw it right into her hands. She was able to get the steal. Lady Eagles have switched to a 2-3 zone on the defensive end as well. Kind of what you talked about earlier, trying to pack it in and try to make them make a shot from the outside.
Absolutely, because one of the things that you're going to see from the Lady Apaches, they're a great look. Right there, Sadie Foster with her second basket. Pass from Allie Walker. Those two play extremely well. Allie's going to be your corner girl a lot, and she's going to find some cutter, high-low, one of the two. Boy, great job right there by the Lady Apaches, finding that little hole in there, number 33, Bo Medley. The Lady Apaches get back exceptionally well. They're quick. I mean, they're fast all over the board. Number 20, Addie Cox checks into the ball game.
Who shot that last shot for Pottsville? I know she missed it, but who shot that last shot?
That last shot, I couldn't see at the bottom. Was
it number 13 maybe?
I want to say it was Jeslyn Martin.
That was some soft touch, actually. We gave it a shot to go in. Came off her pinky, it looked like, but she looks like she's got good soft touch around the basket.
Still by number 13, Jeslyn Martin. You know, when it's packed in like that, Coach, you're going to have to look at some quick passes from left to right side. A lot of high-low sets just because you want to create, Coach, you almost want to create some kind of confusion in that packed defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, if they can swing the ball quickly, it makes it really hard on the defense. What tends to happen with most kids, though, is they like to hold on to the ball on one side, or they try to stay on the right side of the floor, most people being right-handed. And it can get really, really hard on their offense. Lady Eagles got to take care of the ball a little bit better. This quarter, they're kind of throwing it around everywhere.
Yeah, Coach right there is talking to Callie, reminding her, Callie Bollinger, that as Sadie is sliding down, go ahead and fill that open spot because there's not many lanes. These Pottsville Lady Apaches are doing a great job defensively. Right, throwing the ball cross court. Audrey Martin. Man, I'll tell you what, you look at that, Coach. I mean, they're throwing the ball right there. Is number 2, Hollis.
That was good basketball right there by Pottsville.
Absolutely. Martin down low with the basket. It's going to be foul against Lady Eagle number 20.
There's where you talked about moving it from left to right as quickly as possible. Got a skip pass there. Made the middle girl get stuck behind the post. The rotation wasn't able to be quick enough, and they got an and one out of it.
Absolutely. And that's going to be a huge key also for the Lady Apaches, hitting those free throws.
You know, earlier in that possession, that defensive possession for the Lady Eagles, they got a hand on a couple entry passes. Those are big. They got to come up with those loose balls.
Bollinger has the basketball, calling up the offense.
Stagger screen.
Lady Apaches are extending that defense. They're feeling a little salty right now, Coach.
Oh, yeah, they're trying not to let those three-point opportunities come available for the Lady Eagles. Their bigs match up fairly well with our bigs.
Matter of fact, absolutely. Their bigs are just as quick as ours. Shot is up by number 1, Martin, no good. Rebound by Hollis. Boy.
Another turnover.
14-10, 5:07 left to go in this opening half. It's going to be looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Pottsville will take one with them. We'll be back.
Are you ready to stop worrying about the reliability of your internet connection? Now everyone in your home can use the same Ozarks Go network. Watch videos, play games, work from home, do schoolwork, and anything else without worrying about lagging and buffering. Ozarks Go now has multi-gig internet service, offering quick downloads of files with fast speeds of 2,500 megabits per second. Call Ozarks Go today for fast internet speeds and no data caps.
Coach, Pottsville called that timeout there. What do you think they're talking about?
I think they're going to talk about pushing in transition a little bit better and executing when they push it in transition. Also, probably, what we talked about, moving that ball against that zone. They've seen some success against it, and try to repeat that.
1-3-1 look from the Lady Eagles. This is where Pottsville Lady Apaches are thinking we need to make that run because you can't allow the Huntsville Lady Eagles to stay around. As you mentioned earlier against Gravett, against Green Forest, they left, instead of taking advantage of putting the Huntsville Lady Eagles away, what did they do? They allowed it to stay there and they never took full grasp, and, well, here we are today.
Absolutely. And that's what happens at this time of the year, You don't always have to be the best team throughout the season. You have to be the best team that night and the best team in that moment. That's what makes basketball so fun around this time.
Great pass. Once again, you're talking about Allie Walker finding that interior pass to Kristen Miller. She's got fouled. It's going to be 2 shots. It's going to be the first foul for this quarter against the Pottsville Lady Apaches, and it's going to be on number 33, Bo Melgo. Right now, the Lady Eagles are shooting 50% from the line. Boy, she is just automatic.
Last time down the floor, Pottsville had a little back pick action down here on the bottom of the zone. I think they got a little confused. Let's see if they go back at it.
Right there, number 20. Eddie Cox out to number 33, Bo Medler. Boy, she hits it.
That looked good.
Medler on the steal, up and good. 5-0 run right now, 7-2 run. by the Lady Apaches.
That pressure is getting to the Lady Eagles a little bit right now. They got to settle in and try to find some comfortableness.
Man-to-man defense, and you're going to see that a lot. Foster. I'm telling you what, that's the second call. That's the second call that I would have probably said would have been more toward the Lady Eagles that he's given to the Lady Apaches.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. But if I'm coaching, and I know Coach McComb's thinking, got to make the layup. Got to make the layup. Absolutely. Control what we can control. But also, here on out, don't let that play linger on. We got to focus on the next one, see what we can get done.
Jalexa Hayes checks in for the Pottsville Lady Apaches.
They're doing a good job of sealing the middle of the zone right there.
Steal by Bollinger. Miller brings it up. Backdoor cuts are going to be your friend when they extend it this far out. Boy, a great little...
Good take there by Richie.
Oh, absolutely.
Good little in and out hesitation move.
Richie's going to go line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on number 13, Jeslyn Martin. Her first, team's second.
You know, like you said, they're denying the Lady Eagles heavily right now. They're out extended real far, even more so on Maggie Ritchie because of her shooting ability. I would expect some point throughout this game, Maggie getting a bunch of back doors.
And that's the way that you work yourself back into the ball game is by free throws. Into the lineup for the Lady Apaches, number 10, Jalexa Hayes, number 33, Bo Medler, number 13, Jeslyn Martin. Shot by Bo, no good. Also into the ball game, number 1, Audrey Martin. So
that was good action there by the Lady Apaches on that screen in the corner to get that open 3. Got to be better communication by the Lady Eagles. Good cut there. Ooh, got away with a walk there.
Miller off, rebound, Medler. Three-point basket by Martin, no good.
Absolutely, that was the correct call.
Foul's going to be on Foster with an elbow. Emmeline Henry checking back into the ball game. Foster, that's her first foul, team second. On the court for both teams, there's a lot of sophomores. And Coach, being a sophomore in a game like this, that means a lot because, one and done. If you lose, you go home. You win, you get to go to Morrilton.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a special moment for any player, let alone a sophomore, to be able to help their team go to the state tournament. And the Lady Eagles haven't been in 10 years, I don't believe. It's the last time the Lady Eagles were able to make a state tournament. The opportunity today, that would be it'd be an honor to be able to be a sophomore, junior, or senior on a team to take your team to the state tournament.
Pottsville Lady Apache. Jalexa Hayes on the miss. Foul's going to be on her as well. Her first, team's third. Now, if you remember last year, these two teams met up down in Dardanelle in the regional tournament, and with Pottsville really pulling it away late.
Yes, yeah. And I believe the second round they played Shiloh, and they knew going into that was going to be a really tough game for them, and I think they ended up losing by 9. But two really good teams. Our region last year was honestly, in my opinion, full of talent. They ended up going to the state tournament, and I believe losing first round, but a great Pottsville Lady Apache team from last year.
At the line is Macy Ramsey checking in for the Lady Apaches, number 20, Addie Cox. Right there at 50% free throws, free throws and turnovers, Coach, free throws and turnovers. Foul was on Jeslyn Martin, like we said, that was her second, team's fourth. Medler. Well, that's her second one of the ball game. She has 9 on the contest. She leads all scores. 22-14. Bollinger for 3, just off the mark. Rebound, Martin. 60 seconds. Shot is up by Cox. Rebound, Henry.
Lady Eagles need a good possession right here. So Pottsville's not making it easy on us.
Boy, their defense is just smothering. Great pass. Ramsey just missed the take. Foul is going to be on her. Her first, team's second. Pardon me, yeah, team's second. Rebound was by Hollis. Checking into the ball game for the Lady Apaches is Brooklyn Fields. 4-second clock differential between game clock and shot clock.
This possession is really important for both teams.
Boy, a big shot right there by number 10, Jalexa Hayes. That's her first basket. She has 2. Miller. Foul's going to be on number 10, Jalexa Hayes. That's her second, team's 5th. 4.5 seconds puts Miller on the line for 2. I wish that was pinball. That would have been worth 3. Checking in for the Lady Apaches is number 1, Martin. They've got their speed line up in. They're looking to get the ball down the court.
Lane violet. Didn't matter.
No, scored. Here we go. Watch them. Just checked in the ball game.
Good shot by Pottsville.
Boy,
got a good look.
Martin right there at the end. 24-16, Coach. Tell you what, we're going to come back early from halftime and give our thoughts about this first half and what to expect in the second half. So we're going to take a break. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast.
I'm Matt, one of the Lewis brothers, and excited to introduce you to our all-new dealerships located right on I-49, exit 65 in Fayetteville. The dealership is 100% focused around the customer experience, including the all-new Quick Lane Service Department, where no appointment is necessary. Just pull into the service drive, get checked in for service, and in addition, receive a free alignment check and a complimentary car wash. And enjoy our state-of-the-art waiting room. Come see it for yourself today in Fayetteville.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones growing our food, to those putting it on everyone's plate. The ones building our neighborhoods, working to improve them, and supporting their neighbors in need. Arvest believes that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
Are you ready to stop worrying about the reliability of your internet connection? Now everyone in your home can use the same Ozarks Go network. Watch videos, play games, work from home, do schoolwork, and anything else without worrying about lagging and buffering. Ozarks Go now has multi-gig internet service, offering quick downloads of files with fast speeds of 2,500 megabits per second. Call Ozarks Go today for fast internet speeds and no data caps.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with those who serve our communities, from the ones caring for us every day to those shaping our tomorrows, the ones dreaming big dreams, celebrating their unique cultures, and discovering the power of financial freedom. Arvest believes that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
My story isn't that different from a lot of people that grew up in a small town. My dream was always to play baseball, but as a kid, it's hard to prove yourself when you're so far away from the big leagues. When no one else thought I was good enough, my community did. From family to friends, coaches, and local businesses, my community built me into the player that I am today. And I'm just getting started. When you have the support of a community, anything is possible. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
I'm Shelby, one of the Lewis brothers, and excited to introduce to you our all-new dealerships located on I-49, exit 65, right here in Fayetteville. The dealership is 100% focused around the customer experience, including our all-new quick lane service department, where there's no appointment necessary for an oil change. It's easy, just pull into the service drive, get checked in for your service and a free alignment check, and a complimentary car wash. Stop by today and check it out for yourself, exit 65, right here in Fayetteville.
Don't get benched by slow internet. Team up with Zing Broadband by PG Telco and experience the agility and reliability that you need to stay in the game. Zing Broadband proudly supports the Prairie Grove, Lincoln, and Farmington schools. We wish all of our athletes success this school year.
We are back here at Prairie Grove for the 4A-1 regional tournament. Coach, 24-16 Lady Apaches just rolling right now. Thoughts?
The pressure is just getting to the Lady Eagles. Hats off to Pottsville. You know, they're playing their brand of basketball. And then offensively for Pottsville, they're finding any entry inside the zone, and then they're able to have those kick-out threes for number 33, what's her name? Bo Melder. Great looking shot for her. I'm sure the Lady Eagles pay a little bit more attention to her on this zone. But she's made them pay from outside, but it all started by getting the easy entry passes into the middle of the zone and then having the kickouts. They've also done a very good job of sealing the middle of the zone and being able to enter it to them for an easy basket. And then on the offensive end for the Lady Eagles, the first quarter, you know, they hit some deep outside shots, and like you talked about throughout the broadcast, Pottsville pulled it out, their defense, and they were pressuring even further out. And Huntsville had a hard time that quarter looking comfortable.
You know, and that's really, the Lady Apaches are playing what they want to play right now. They want to pressure us. I say us, and we're talking because we've done a lot of Lady Eagle broadcasts this year. So they have pressured the Lady Eagles really far out. I mean, farther out than when normally they start their offensive set. Second thing is that they've hit those outside shots. And you know, you have to pick your poison, Coach. I mean, do you kind of clog that lane because, like you were saying during the break, man, they're making that interior cut. And so you're getting that interior cut from the top, which we used to call the old UCLA cut. You know, you're making that UCLA cut coming down the middle. Or do you plug it and say, hit your threes?
Absolutely, yeah. You get, like you said, pick your poison. And Lady Eagles, that half definitely tried to clog it up inside and gave up a couple wide open shots. And if they continue to do that, like we talked about, they got to communicate a little bit better and clog it up a little bit better on the inside to make it even tougher on them.
Right now, for the Lady Eagles, there's only 3 scores. You have 8 by Richie, 4 by Kristen Miller, and then you have, 4 by Sadie Foster. Right. I believe that's it. I believe that's all the scores. Now, and this is what we talked about, you know, when we talked about the Lady Apaches, the scouting report is they've got balanced scoring. Coach, if you just look across that way and you see that scoring book, I mean, you've got one player with 9, and that's going to be old Medler. And then you take everybody else. I mean, they're at 2s. When they played Russellville this year, I think 4 out of 5 players had 8 points. Nobody was in double digits. 4 out of 5 had 8, 1 had 6.
Yeah, that can make the scout report real hard for the Lady Eagles. You know, you don't know exactly which one to cover more specifically. You might know their strengths and weaknesses, but it almost makes you want to just play them more straight up and see who gets hot that night. Obviously, Bo Melder's hot right now.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. And that brings a lot of encouragement Well, I'll tell you what, we got 60 seconds. Guys, can we take a little 30-second break right here? We're going to take a 30-second break right here, and we're going to be back in just one moment.
Don't get benched by slow internet. Team up with Zing Broadband by PG Telco and experience the agility and reliability that you need to stay in the game. Zing Broadband proudly supports the Prairie Grove, Lincoln, and Farmington schools. We wish all of our athletes success this school year.
We want to welcome you back to the Southern Sports Network. Southern Sports Network, right here in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Want to give a shout out to them. We talked about this even last year. What a blessing it is to be able to. Number one, I want to thank Prairie Grove and the administration for hosting this, because it's not easy. And the volunteers, thank you, volunteers, for coming out, because this is not an easy thing to host. And also thank the Southern Sports broadcast, too, for all their work. Lady Eagles basketball start the second half. 16 minutes, Coach. 16 minutes determines whether you move to Morrilton or you go home. Ritchie, first three.
Got a good look. You know, that double ball screen that the Lady Eagles run, when they're able to set up, and it can make it tough on the defense, because you got to pick your poison. You got to either help on the roller or leave open the open shooter. So,
Lady Eagles start back out in the man-to-man. And one thing the Lady Eagles do, they switch a lot, and so they don't allow the screens to really to be as effective.
well, they do a good job of that. And the counter for that for Pottsville would be to slip it. And so far in this game, we haven't seen them slip much.
1 second, great defensive. That's a great defensive set there by the Lady Eagles. Pottsville Lady Apaches Coach, they just didn't look settled because of those little. And they were sitting there switching on screens. They just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, they look like they're trying to do some handoffs, trying to get downhill every time they could turn the corner. But that switching it makes it real hard for them.
Man-to-man also. Macy Ramsey strong to the basket.
Another good take.
For the Lady Apaches, if you got your scorebooks and you're wanting to know who's on the floor right now with the basketball, is Martin. Alexa Hayes down to Martin again, but in the corner for three is number 2, Marlo Hollis. Boy, you've got to get the rebounds whenever they're there. Also for the Lady Apaches, number 20, Eddie Cox, and then number 33, Bo Medley. For the Lady Eagles, Ramsey with the basketball, setting the double screen at top is Miller and Ritchie. Ritchie's your shooter. Callie Bollinger, your point guard, and Emmeline Henry, number 4, down at the bottom. That rounds out the starting 5 for the Lady Eagles. She can shoot it. Long shots, long rebounds, Coach.
Yeah, for the Lady Eagles this half, other than the offensive rebound they gave up last defensive possession, they've had a good beginning of the second half. There's a good, strong finish by Maggie Ritchie. Before that, they had 2 great looks. Didn't execute on them, but they got great looks and then had 2 good defensive possessions.
Foul's going to be against Lady Apache, number 20, Addie Cox. Checking in for the Lady Apaches is number 13, Jeslyn Martin. Coach, we missed the last 3.
Yep, and you talked about it. Free throws going to help us win this game, or any team win this game, and they got to execute those.
Actually, correction, we missed the last 5.
Wow. Good backdoor cut there.
Foul's going to be on number 23. That's going to be Macy Ramsey. That's her second, team's first of the quarter. They're going to throw a lob pass here, Coach, and they're going to look to get it right there. I tried to call it.
Yep, they try to get that little high-low action, too, a little tight high-low action out of it.
And you know, they do a great job. They throw that little lob, and then you get Cox coming on the end around right there. The old, back in the day in Hoosier Land, they'd call that, man, there's Medler for her. Was that her fourth one?
Got to know where she's at. That's what Pottsville wants the Lady Eagles to do right there. Go a little too quick for what they like and make them turn the ball over.
9 point, make it 11 point. Basket is good by number 13, Jeslyn Martin. Both teams have traveled well, and you can hear the Pottsville fans. Well, we're going to take a break right here. This is going to be looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back.
Are you ready to stop worrying about the reliability of your internet connection? Now everyone in your home can use the same Ozarks Go network. Watch videos, play games, work from home, do schoolwork, and anything else without worrying about lagging and buffering. Ozarks Go now has multi-gig internet service, offering quick downloads of files with fast speeds of 2,500 megabits per second. Call Ozarks Go today for fast internet speeds and no data caps.
Welcome back to Prairie Grove, and I'm telling you, went from 24-18, 2 free throws missed, a layup missed, could have made it 24-22, to all of a sudden now, the Lady Apaches, that's why they're number 1 from their conference, is because they know how to just pounce whenever opportunity provides itself.
Yes, and they're playing at the pace they want to, and they're executing now on the pace that they want to. Here's some more.
Boy, right there, still by number 1, Audrey Martin. Boy, great job by Richie. Richie's got quick hands.
He does.
And one thing about Richie, you know, you may not be able to see it at home as well, but her height allows her to go inside and outside. So, you know, she's learned how to use those hands to get that jump ball.
Yep. And she's not the quickest girl on the floor, so she's had to learn use her IQ, and like you said, use her hands a lot better than most.
Turnover by the Lady Apaches. Jeslyn Martin just loses the handle there, dives after it.
You know, you heard a lot of woos and ahs right there on that one. And that kind of like we talked about, it kind of comes back to the regular season, calling a lot more regular stuff. And here at regionals and from there on, they let you play through a lot of stuff.
They do. Richie for 3, that would be nice.
Got another good look.
Medler's having just a fantastic game. That's her 3rd rebound.
She's open again.
Ramsey on the steal. Bollinger, Ramsey.
Good kick. Good screen by Richie. Way to attack downhill by Bollinger, and good shot by Ramsey.
First 3 from someone else other than named Richie.
Here's a 1-3-1 for the Lady Eagles. Another dive there by the post, going right in front of the middle. Lady Eagles got to fix that. Got lucky there.
And you know, on that dive while you're watching at home, it's not just a simple dive, it's a double dive. I mean, They're running too, so whenever you're against a 1-3-1, you're watching that first girl go through, and you're thinking, hey, it may be over. But that second one comes right behind you. They do a great job. Well, guys, I tell you what now, we're sitting here, 29-21, big possession. Coach, if you're Pottsville, you think you're going to throw some press on them?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's you know, ever since they got the pressure going and going the way they wanted it to, Huntsville hasn't been comfortable the majority of the time throughout this game. Expect that for sure. Expect some trap coming, some surprise traps. I expect them to come double pretty quickly here whenever they inbound it.
And so really, if you're at home and you're wondering, well, how do you break that? Because if you're tuning in to Southern Sports broadcast here, this network, you may or may not have seen a lot of Lady Apache basketball, but one thing that they allow is they allow that secondary to catch it. They allow it, and usually it breaks it. If you attack it from the secondary, which would be a second pass, man, you're going to be able to get your offense into the front court. Boy, great hands there by Martin. She stole it from Bollinger, and she puts it up. 10-point, largest lead of the ball game for the Lady Apaches. It is hard to sit there and beat them one-on-one. Bollinger. Boy, I tell you what, Martin's got some quick hands.
Yep, she kind of smelled some blood in the water right there. She's starting to pick up the pressure. She's feeling more confident getting all over the ball.
And one thing that she does well, she watches eyes. As soon as Callie was looking down at Macy making that backcourt, all of a sudden she put her hand out there, put that paw out there, and was able to knock the ball away. We're at 2 seconds.
Is it just me, or do you ever feel like those shots are just bound to go in? It seems like that, at least when I'm coaching down there and going against somebody and their shot clock's running down, they just throw up a heave. It seems to go in a lot.
I'm telling you what, absolutely. Boy, great job right there. And Martin is right. Martin is thinking that, hey, with that pressure from number 4, Emmeline Henry for the Lady Eagles, there should be a little bounce that's going to lead her into that pass. But when Emmeline, what she did was she actually gave up a half a step, and that caused the turnover. Well, we're going to get a jump ball here. It is should be Lady Eagle basketball.
There's something that happened too. It looks like the shot clock reset as soon as Pottsville touched that ball. It should not have reset, and that would have been hard on the Lady Eagles. I'm not 100% sure, but it could have been close to a 10-second violation if they had not reset that.
The referees were checking with them, but I believe, Coach, you were right. They instituted that was a possession change, and it wasn't. But it wasn't a possession. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. Checking in for the Lady Eagles is number 3, Sadie Foster, number 15, Allie Walker.
Right here with this sub change, this kind of tends to be for the Lady Eagles, the energy pickup. These the sophomore and junior, they like to play real hard. 15's a pest on defense, so we'll see what happens here while they're in the game.
Bollinger shot just off. Foster.
There's the energy we're talking about. Just got to learn to channel a little bit. And that's a sophomore thing.
Checking in for the Lady Apaches, number 10, Jalexa Hayes, and number 21, Brooklyn Fields. It's kind of a chess match because, both teams kept the same players out there the whole time until the final 2 minutes.
Great post up there by
number 13, Jeslyn Martin.
Great post up by her. Lady Eagles got to be more physical. Can't let them assert their dominance that early in the possession.
And one thing about number 3, Sadie Foster, she was thinking about that last foul. So when she got down there, she was thinking about how, man, I missed that, instead of already getting ready to battle. And so great job by number 13 right there, getting down there, Martin, by finding it and posting her up. Foster's going to have to look for a shot. Ramsey, her second of the quarter. 33-24, 9-point Lady Apache lead.
That's a big shot there to keep the belief alive for the Lady Eagles. Got to get a stop here, though.
Great job by not fouling by the Lady Eagles. I tell you, you're going to have to stay away from that sideline because, like we talked about, that secondary is always open. But, Coach, usually on that secondary of the press breaker, you're dribbling toward the middle.
Absolutely.
I mean, and, Coach Neighbors used to be Lady back coach. He would call that, he called that Main Street a lot.
Yep.
But usually you never want to get to Main Street except for just a brief second right there at half court. So that way you can get going from one side or the other. Bollinger for 3.
Good hustle there by both teams. Both teams had a hard time securing that because they were fighting so much for it. Ended up being Lady Eagle basketball.
Yeah, Hayes stands up is like, well, what am I supposed to do there, Coach? Because, she did everything but just was able to get that basketball. Walker. Boy, there we go, her third one.
Big possession right here. Pottsville gets a bucket. It might be a little crushing for the Lady Eagles. They get a stop. They're going to gain some confidence going into this fourth quarter.
Boy, great job there by Bollinger by not fouling. But Martin was able to score and answer. Nope. 35-27. We've got 8 minutes. You're telling you 400 seconds, Coach. 400 seconds right here. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Don't get benched by slow internet. Team up with Zing Broadband by PG Telco and experience the agility and reliability that you need to stay in the game. Zing Broadband proudly supports the Prairie Grove, Lincoln, and Farmington schools. We wish all of our athletes success this school year.
.480 seconds is left in this contest. Winner moves on to Marlton for the state tournament. Unfortunately, the loser, which always has to be in a contest, well, Coach, they got to turn in the jersey.
Yep, and that's never a fun time of the year. And for the athletes, the coaches, the managers, walking back in that locker room after these 8 minutes, the losing squad, it's tough. It's one of the toughest parts, especially for those seniors, knowing it's their last game. But that's what you play for. One team's going to win and feel that victory. Other team's going to have to learn how to handle defeat.
Lady Apache basketball on the floor right now is the same group that left us as number 21, Brooklyn Fields, number 20, Addie Cox, over to number 1, Audrey Martin. Inside, left hand, great left hand by number 13, Jeslyn Martin. And then number 2, Marlo Hollis. Hollis has been quiet today. Of all the scouting that I've done, man, Hollis has always been extremely consistent on the offensive glass and scoring. Richie's a great follow. (37-27) for the Lady Eagles on the floor. Kelly Bollinger, Macy Ramsey. Right there in the middle, Maggie Ritchie, Kristen Miller, and in the back, Allie Walker. 1-3-1. Turnover. Ritchie. And that's one of the things we're seeing from the Lady Apaches, Coach, is, you know what, screens really don't bother them. I mean, they are extremely physical.
Athletic group, they're getting through those screens pretty quickly. And they're not really helping each other much on defense either. They're so confident guarding the ball themselves.
Allie Walker on the shot, no good. Rebound, Lady Eagles, fresh shot clock. We are now 25. Ritchie creates some space, no good. Rebound, Hollis. And there's that speed I was telling you, man. You can't sit back and think about that last offensive set. You've got to get down the floor.
Absolutely. Yep. If you're not, Pottsville's going to push you down your throat and go get an easy one.
360 seconds left, Coach. Great job by Ramsey. Martin catches it.
Man, that ball's going out of bounds, and both squads just kind of started watching as Ramsey saved it. Ended up being an easy one for Pottsville.
Jeslyn Martin, number 13, Jeslyn Martin's going to go to the line. Foul's going to be against Ritchie, her second, team's first. Well, they've been just exceptional at the line, Pottsville has. Checking in, Bo Medler checks back in. Nerves got him. Coach, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but that's the second time, right, that we've seen that.
Yep. Girls get a little antsy, ready to go, and just big game, big moment.
Yeah, once against us, once against them. Ramsey. (11-point) Lady Apache lead. Yeah, great. You know what I love about that? You see Jeslyn Martin says, man, Coach, that's on me.
Yeah.
Foster checks back into the ball game. Here's that it's that 1-2-2 press. But it's not going to stay normal, as you saw right there. It's going to actually be that kind of man-to-man.
Yep, here comes the trap.
There's that secondary. Great job by Foster. That's what you want to do.
Yep.
And if you didn't do that, you wanted to make that pass to Miller.
Absolutely, yeah. Attack that 2-on-1 as because they were so worried about Richie up top, they did not rotate over to Sadie in the middle. Foster, she attacked right there. She kind of had it in her mind she's going to go score. You like that mentality, though. You do. You like that mentality.
Boy, great job. Hollis was on the foul against for the Lady Apaches. That is her first. Sadie Foster, first free throw of the ball game. She is 1 for 2. Ten-point Lady Apache lead.
Good skip pass there, baseline drive that you talked about in the first half.
Yeah, they do it better than anyone. Shot was up by Hollis, no good. Into the front court. That's where you'd love to see Sadie grab it, be able to square up and make a pass, a shot fake and go to the basket.
Well, I don't know about a walk there. I wouldn't disagree if he didn't call foul, but I don't know about a travel there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bodies right there. So, I mean, I think you're right, Coach. You're either going to have to call a foul or you're going to have to call nothing. I mean, one of the two. There's the cut.
You talked about Huntsville Lady Eagles switching a lot. Sadie was looking for the switch there and got caught slipping.
You need to clear. You've got your secondary pass that we've talked about.
There's Martin getting that ball pressure on him. And she's very effective at it.
Coach, it's one of those where if you're Ramsey, you want to get that ball up to that secondary as quick as possible because that takes Martin out of the contest.
Right.
But, it took us all of 10 seconds to get here.
It's there. Their high-low is going to work if they can make a good pass. But the Pottsville Lady Apaches, they're doing a great job on the passes, putting a lot of pressure on, making it tough on them.
3 minutes, 50 seconds. Martin. Foul's going to be against Sadie Foster. Jeslyn Martin's going to go back to the line. She was 1 for 2. Coach, that's the second time that we've seen that slip be wide open. There's something there that miscommunication somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't know if our girls are not letting them know the screen's coming because we kind of look surprised every time the screen happens, and not prepared to switch, not prepared to get underneath them, not let them roll to the basket wide open.
Jalexa Hayes checks into the ball game for the Lady Apaches.
There was another lane violation.
We have some blood on a jersey. We're going to need to find this before too long because number 13, Jeslyn Martin, has blood. I think Sadie accidentally maybe hit her in her nose. Great move by Sadie. No good. Richie on the rebound.
Yep, she does have blood on her jersey, don't she?
She does. I may be the only one. I don't know. I think the other official sees it now.
Yep.
Richie.
That's one where if you're Jeslyn Martin, you're sitting there kind of bending down trying to hide it. If you're the girl being guarded by, you're trying to point it out.
Absolutely.
But it does not look like the officials have noticed it.
One for 2. Coach, the last few games for the Lady Eagles, that 50% mark for free throws has been just an ominous bird right there looking at us.
Yep. Here's the pressure by the Lady Eagles.
Great job.
See if the Apaches can handle it. Martin's doing a fairly good job so far.
Boy, they handle the ball exceptionally well.
Got to stay on the ground.
Number 13, Martin. The Lady Apache stayed calm through it all. And what really broke the ice there, Coach, you was right. Little pass fake.
Yep.
Got us up in the air, was able to split that trap, score.
Loose ball.
Martin. 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
What a jump pass there.
One of the things the Lady Apaches, when you look past the last 8 games, that 46, 48 point mark, Coach, has kind of been where they've been at.
Yeah.
And they're going to look like they're going to probably get really close. 3-point basket up and no good, but rebound. Man, interior pass from Hayes. Doggone it. You think about that interior pass there to Medler. She leads all scorers with 14. Holly Walker. No good, but rebound and gets it back in. Ritchie, timeout. Timeout. It's going to have to be a full timeout, and we'll take one with them. 44-31 here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back.
I chose a car that would be safe for our family. And when it comes to our financial future, I don't take any chances there either. That's why we bank with Centennial. They give me everything I could want in a bank, from the latest technology to great service. But the biggest thing they give me is confidence. So in a time when there's plenty of things to worry about, my money isn't one of them.
Don't get benched by slow internet. Team up with Zing Broadband by PG Telco and experience the agility and reliability that you need to stay in the game. Zing Broadband proudly supports the Prairie Grove, Lincoln, and Farmington schools. We wish all of our athletes success this school year.
Foul is going to be charged against the Lady Eagles. That's going to be on Macy Ramsey. That is her third, team's third. We've got to get them onto the free throw line, Coach. Boy, great job by Ramsey. Spin moves. Shot up by Walker, no good.
Yeah.
Here's the fourth foul. 92 seconds, Coach.
You know, and that's kind of been the story of this game throughout it. For Lady Eagles, they've gotten a few easy looks on the layups and haven't been able to execute. And, it's come back to get them a little bit at the end of this game.
Yeah, that's our sixth, what we call it, the dink shot. You know, that little right there. Great rebound right there by number 20, Addie Cox. She has 4. Winner moves on. Winner moves on to play the winner of Pea Ridge and Dardanelle. Plays them Friday at 4 p.m. Lady Apache. Lady Apache, number 30, I believe, which is now Jeslyn Martin. She picks up the foul. Kristen Miller is at the line. Checking in for the Lady Eagles is number 1, Keely Poore, number 4, Emmeline Henry. Coach, that Pea Ridge Dardanelle girls game coming up, which will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. That's going to be a contest.
Yes, sir, it is.
Pea Ridge plays so hard. We've seen them, of course, we've seen them all year. And you know what? They give Shiloh fits. Shiloh, our number 1 up here. I think they're ranked 5th in the state, if I remember right. Great lead pass from Bollinger to Martin, or to Miller, not Martin, to Miller. And if there's one thing about Pottsville, they know about the Dardanelle Lady Sand Lizards. And,
yes, they do.
And so it's going to be that's going to be a great game. Pea Ridge is favored in that game just because of the way they play so physical.
Yes.
And Dardanelle's a finesse team. They like to slow it down. They like to be able to make those extra cuts.
You know, in Pea Ridge, they returned most, if not all, starters from last year's group, so they have experience, especially in these moments as well.
Brooklyn Fields. Second one is up a good. Boy, they've shot exceptionally well. Free throws all game long, Coach. We're at 35 seconds. 13-point game. Coach, if you'd have told me this at the start, I'm with Coach Tyler Brown. If you'd have told me this from the start, I wouldn't have believed you.
Nope, I figured it'd be a little bit more of a fight towards the end as far as on the scoreboard. But the Lady Eagles haven't given up. You know, they're still putting the pressure on them. They're still fighting in this game. Like you can see Emmeline now, she wants to keep her career alive. You know, she's a senior, and these are the last few seconds of all 5 of those girls' careers. So, but they had a great career here at Huntsville, and we're all proud of each and every one of them. And congratulations to Pottsville Lady Apaches.
Maggie Ritchie's going to finish with 13 for the Lady Eagles. Keely Poor, another senior, is able to put that one in. For Pottsville Lady Apaches, you have number 33, Bo Medler. Man, Coach, she, you know, of all the players for the Lady Apaches, now they had a lot. Their post players, which we saw number 13, Martin, and of course you can't take anything away from the other Martin right there. Who was it? Audrey. But Medler, she broke the game open with those 3 threes in that second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Made every other girl on her team a lot more confident when they shot the ball as well.
Well, this is going to break us in right here. Pottsville Lady Apaches move on to play 4 p.m. Friday, and they will play the winner of the Pea Ridge Dardanelle game, which will be 4 p.m. tomorrow. Well, guys, I tell you what, we appreciate you tuning into the broadcast for Coach Tyler Brown. I'm Keith Cluthy. I want to thank all of our volunteers for making this Southern Sports Network just what it is. Well, we're going to be back for some more boys action coming up in just a few moments.